Hey, let me first say thank you to Betty and Keith and Larry for allowing me to say a few words. My perspective may be a little bit different because it's just one part of Calvin's life. Even to this day, I feel awkward calling him Calvin. To me, he's always been Mr. Lamont. I don't think we need to make his life out in death anything greater than it was in life. But it was actually magnificent. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. I'd like to start by telling a story. I was in the Scouts. Mr. Lamont was a Scoutmaster. Every year, the third week in July, we went to Broad Creek Memorial Scout Camp, which is in Hartford County in Whiteford, Maryland. Normally the weather was always perfect. Warm in the sunny days, cool in the evening, just perfect. This one night we were all asleep, all the boys were sound asleep, and a storm started to brew. The winds whipped up. There was no lightning or thunder, but it started raining buckets. Calvin and one of his assistants got up out of their tent at 2:30 in the morning. We went around and tightened up all the guy ropes to all the four-man tents. These were tents with walls, and they didn't, with wind, the walls would just blow through. So some of them even took nails and hammered down the walls of the tents onto the wooden flooring. It was something like 3:15, 3:20 in the morning when they finally got finished, soaking wet. They went back to their tent, laid down in their tent, and their tent collapsed. I heard Calvin tell that story many times, and we laughed every time we did it. Ironically, he laughed because he thought it was one of his own foibles. I saw it as a metaphor for the service that he performed, thinking of someone else before himself. Mr. Lamont had every characteristic of a great leader. A famous man once said, not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service. I thought Calvin Lamont's life was a complete dedication to service. First, as already been mentioned, service to his country. He was my merit badge counselor for signaling merit badge. So he knew he knew semaphore, and he was also an expert on the Morse code. He took me aside once and he said, "Pat, let me tell you, this was the greatest job to have in the Navy." You know, why? He said, well, first off, they called me Flags. And then he said, but they called everybody Flags who had flags. They just didn't know our names. Just like they called the radio guy Sparks. And when ships in convoy had to travel with radio silence, the flagmen and the guys that operated the big lights were in charge. He said we knew every message that got sent into that ship even before the captain had a chance to read it. And he said at night we could sit out, and even in the haze in the horizon, we could see lights from other ships being signaled back and forth, maybe hundreds of miles, maybe even 1,000 miles away. It was like sitting in a party line. You could just read all of the messages. And you're right, he was part of the greatest generation. But he not only service to his country, service to his community. He worked in a factory that only shut down 2 weeks every year for cleaning. 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks in July. And the third week in July, he spent with people who were not his blood relatives, Boy Scouts of America, in this case, in Broad Creek. I think, to me, that's always been a huge sacrifice. But that's to his community. How about his family? He was devoted to his family. We used to meet with him and several of the other old scouts for a luncheon a few weeks before Christmas every year. He would bring us up to date. He was exceedingly proud of Keith's musical and entertainment career and Larry's career in law and politics. I'll never forget one time he was telling me, and he used to have a way of saying things that would be like he was complaining, but he was really bragging. He'd say, yeah, I had to get up early in the morning and go out and electioneer for Larry at the polling station. And it'd be a broad grin. And he'd look at us with a straight face and say, you know, not everybody voted for Larry. I'm surprised. He led by service, and he led by example. He always had a certain bearing about him that attracted people to him. He was always appropriately dressed, no matter what the occasion, whether it be suit or scout uniform. He spoke softly, but he never carried a big stick. From him I learned that if you want to get people to hear you, scream. If you want to get people to listen to you, whisper. He was very soft-spoken. He could walk into a room with 40 young men screaming and yelling and stand there for 2 seconds and it would be total quiet. That was his way. We were drawn toward his personality. And he led by the example of his actions, and I think that goes without saying. We have covered that very well already. As for me, my parents divorced when I was a young age. I knew my dad, but I did not have a relationship with him. Calvin Lamont was the surrogate dad to many young boys. And he was the mentor to many men in the making. I was devastated to hear his illness. It made me sit down and wonder about my own life. I was not surprised in a way that I'd been Cubmaster, committee chairman, which was Boy Scout troop, president of a 501c3 nonprofit, Little League coach, president of the PTA. I knew who the inspiration was for a while. Today, we say goodbye. If you're a Christian as I am, you know that 2 weeks ago, Calvin stepped out of time and into eternity. The empty mansions of our we grieve for our loss, but at the same time, we must remember that the great life, the great gift that was given to us, put in our pathway by Providence, and the inspiration that he has had on all of us. For myself, I never made Eagle Scout. My son did though. And in our Eagle ceremony, if you've been to an Eagle ceremony, you know that there's a great deal of celebration to the person winning the award. We got a special guest. He had come through inclement weather, 2.5-hour drive through 3 states. He was the man sitting 3 rows up from the back. My son, knew who the other guest was. We were very glad to have him there. I began with a story, let me finish with a story. The trip up to Broad Creek usually started on a Saturday morning, somewhere around 8 o'clock. And there was a huge caravan of cars and trucks, anywhere from 10 to 20. It took 3 or 4 hours to get them loaded up all the way out Blair Road because there was someone else lead the group out. And he stayed as the last guard to pick up any stragglers. That was his way. When we got out there, Calvin wasn't there. Everyone else was there, and I can remember still to this day, one dad saying, "Well, what's wrong with this man? Why? He's supposed to be here leading this group." He showed up with his assistant, one of his assistants, about 45 minutes later. Within 15 minutes, all the instructions were given to the senior patrol leader, disseminated to patrol leaders, and as Calvin was saying, everything was pretty much squared away. Later, I went to one of the assistants and said, "What happened? I mean, I know you guys didn't get lost coming up here." He said, "Yeah, we were just getting out of Bel Air, making the last turn on the way for the road, and there was this elderly couple on the side of the road with a flat tire." So Calvin insisted on pulling over and helping the tire and getting the tire changed. And I thought to myself, that's exactly what we were supposed to be doing. Exactly what we were supposed to be doing. Once an eagle, always an eagle. This is the plaque says back here. The gift that we've been given, we cannot forget. You and I are, as long as we can remember and think, we are the living monuments to the life of Calvin H. Lamont. There's no getting around it. It was a life upon which he bestowed honor and grace on every single person he met. And that includes all of us here in this room.
Wow.